By the way, Windows 7 NT is also included, but we all started using it, so there's a mix between the two. Now we have Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11. It's really easy for me to change my roadmap. Here's Windows, and I can bring in this version of Windows, and I have Windows 8 set up with the book. Of course, I can also add a reference link to work with. When the student arrives, I review our Windows 8 data from 2012. I can set it up for 2012. I have a successful educational design for English-speaking students. I can adjust the roadmap. If I have a few points, it might not suffice. I can copy and paste below. A simple paste isn't effective. I can delete using the delete key. I have an educational design for English students, covering the historical development of operating systems up to Windows 8. I can adjust the roadmap if needed. If I have a few points, the roadmap might be insufficient. I could create a new one. Now, I have Windows 10 and 11, skipping some versions. I can copy and paste below. Pasting on the second page allows for reduction and editing. Using duplicate is more accurate and safer for infographics. I can manage on page 2. Just observe the process and check 10. Because I have Windows 10, I can copy and paste. A simple paste isn't effective. Stopping on page 2 to edit isn't best. There's a better method. I can delete here. Use duplicate for a better way. Here's a duplicate paste, copied automatically. Copying without the original is safer for infographics. Manage on page 2 instead of listing numbers. See how the process goes. Check 10. Add 2000 in Vista, previously overlooked, for 12 items. I searched Google for operating system history to list OS. It brought an image. There's a better way to do it, which is to use duplicate. So here I have a duplicate paste, and I can take a copy of it automatically. The copy without the original is more accurate and safer when you're working on your infographic. So I can manage on page 2 here instead of just listing and saying 7. No, 8. No, 9. Just see how the process is going for you. Check out 10. And then I added 2000 and Vista, which I previously overlooked, because now you have 12 items you can rely on. So I wrote, for example, that I'm searching on Google, and I typed operating system history to see how many operating systems I can list. And here, it brought me an image. This image shows the evolution of operating systems. Here is Windows. It's also related to Windows. It shows you Windows 95, Windows 98, and Windows XP. It lists the operating systems used by users. Now, it has taken a different path. It should have included 7, 8, 10, and 11. Windows 1, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, and Windows XP. These are the first two Windows applications. Here we have Windows Vista, XP, Vista, 7, 8, and 10. Listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus DOS, and here's Windows 11, but 98 is missing. It should include 7, 8, 10, and 11. I'm preparing this information with Windows 1, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, and Windows XP. These are Windows applications. Windows Vista and XP, 7, 8, and 10 are included. I could list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus DOS making 10. Here's Windows 11 making 11, but 98 is missing. Not in the diagram are DOS and 11. 3 are missing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So with 7, 8, and 10, the process is ongoing. I could have listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus DOS, which makes 10, and here's Windows 11, so that makes 11. But there was something missing here. I don't see 98 listed. It's not included in the diagram in front of me, nor is DOS. And there are 3 missing. I can say there are 3 missing. Here are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That gives us 11 elements, because from 12, subtracting 11 leaves us with 1 missing. And there are 3 missing. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That makes 11 elements, because from 12 minus 11, 1 missing. So that makes 11 elements. I can design up to 11. The path has ended. I can add something modern or in development. No need to reach 12. I can stop, can drop it all up to 11. My roadmap is set until 11, and it's Windows 11, right? Before it, Windows 8, 7, etc. That's it, because I can add other Windows versions and start working. Adjust what needs to be adjusted so the design fits. Say, follow this and add a neon number 2. Work with anything free. I want free text to avoid struggles with tags. All of this is free fonts. Free. It will show you below things with high appearance. Also free. All of this is free. In the end, I'm a designer running with you on everything. because my roadmap is set until 11 and it's Windows 11, right? And before that, what was it? Windows 8, 7, and so on. That's it, because I can add other Windows versions and start working. You adjust what needs to be adjusted so that the design fits. And you can say here, follow this. And you can also add a neon number 2. You can work with anything free. I can say I want free text because I don't want to struggle with things that have tags. All of this is free fonts, free. And it will show you below. It will show you things with high appearance, also free. All of this is free. In the end, I mean, I'm a designer running with you on everything, and now money is starting to show up at the end. But here I have shapes, for example, this one, and you can also add a neon number 2. You can work with anything free. I can say I want free text because I don't want to struggle with things that have tags. All of this is free fonts, free, and it will show you below. It will show you things with high appearance, also free. All of this is free. In the end, I mean, I'm a designer running with you on everything. And now money is starting to show up at the end. But here I have shapes, for example, this one. Let's bring this one here. But here I have shapes, for example, this one. Bring this one here. I can say it's page 2, and I tell him here it's not a team. I tell him page. Not that. And let's make this text a bit smaller. I will bring it here. We can change colors if you don't like them. Let's see the design. Light colors aren't nice. You can change shades, make it darker. For the bright one, keep it. Lower them a bit if you can separate. They're grouped, but I can ungroup. I'll move this down. The page doesn't need it. After adjusting, I can group them again. Did you see? I clicked to ungroup. I ungrouped it. Notice the move? I can move both without them under the page. I kept it under for a nicer look. Then I grouped them again using Shift. I can ungroup and group objects. I can close everything. I can close it, or after finishing, take a copy first. And I brought them down. If you can separate them, they are grouped as one element. But I can ungroup this. I'll take this one alone and move it down. After I've adjusted it, I can select both and say group again, and they become a group. So did you see what I did? I clicked on it to do ungroup. I ungrouped it. So I can move both without them being under the page. I kept it under then I selected both using Shift and grouped them again. So I can ungroup and group my objects. I can close everything. I can close it. I can just take a copy of this first. So you saw what I did? I clicked on it to do ungroup. I ungrouped it. Did you notice that move? I did that to move both without them being under the page. I kept it under to give a nicer look. Then I selected both using Shift and grouped them again. So I can ungroup and group my objects. All right? On the contrary, I can close everything. I can put it, I can close it, or after I finish this, I can just take a copy of this first. I copy and go here on this page and tell it paste. And I go into these two and make them one. After I finish my work, I can go to the lock icon and click on the lock. Honestly, whatever I do, I selected these here and press delete, but there's no delete. I click here and it tells me to lock it, man. Delete, there's nothing, because I'm clicking on the lock icon, right? Thousands for you. I can do unlock and cancel, okay? Then there is no unlock. This is the open lock. Look at the difference between the two signs. This lock is a locked lock. Switch is on and it tells you to do unlock. Here, this is an open lock. It tells you that if you press it, it will do a lock. So using existing shapes is a solution. All right, we used it in texts and we used the shapes that it brought to me. So a colleague might come and say, I want to change these shapes. I want to change this shape and put another one. So you have frames or you have shapes and you go to the elements and start saying, see all shapes. If you don't like this shape, you can look at the shapes that are available. One person might say, put hearts. He's romantic and free. Another person might say, no, we won't use shapes. We'll use frames. So I have frames to put the numbers in. Another person might say, no, we won't use shapes, we'll use frames. So I have frames to put the numbers in. Show me how all the frames look. So this is a frame. I put a computer icon, I put a mobile icon, something like that. Another person might say, no, neither shapes nor frames. These are videos. No, videos are not suitable. I see the graphics. You see all the shapes that you have. You can replace this with it. You can write a word like list, for example. He didn't find anything in the gray area with the name list, but if I went to all, I would find it. So bring me a list here, but with a graphic tag in the list. So, in another way, I can make it like a list, meaning, but the things with the tag are for money. So, oh my. The location, I can place it anywhere and write the number below. It works. I can flip it. This is a location. Its brother, the yellow or red one. It's not empty, but it should be bigger to write the number. This is it. He flipped the icon to the right. He didn't invent anything, just brought it, got it as an image or from here. This shape is its brother exactly. This is the location. What is this? What is this? What is this? Or the red one isn't empty, but the one with this should be a bit bigger so that I can write the number in it. This is it. This is it. He took the location icon and flipped it to the right. So he didn't invent anything. He just brought it from somewhere. It's the location icon, and he got it either as an image or from here. Look, this shape is its brother. Its brother. So, this is its brother. Exactly. Exactly. But there are free shapes available. You might find some of them. This is its brother. And this one is free. So can you bring me this one next to it? Sorry. I mean, I want to prove my point. This is what I brought. And I want it to be yellow. I'll place it here, adjust rotation, resize, and flip. And this is the rotation process. They took it and placed it here, made it smaller, and brought it down a bit to fit the number. They flipped it, little here, but it does the same job. Now let's move away from what was originally there. It does the same job as the orange and blue. I mean, what did he do? Tell me the difference. There isn't any. You can just make it a bit bigger so you can control and manage it. Just like that, if someone saw the yellow one I brought from the location, the difference between it and the one below it is significant. I mean, the rotation started to increase a bit. If you look for it, I just want to tell you that there is an alternative to this. There are many alternatives available if you search for this location. You can find a lot of options. I mean, there are many alternatives. There are both free and paid options, and there are plenty of free ones. That's why this site is unique. There's no problem with it.